Hey everyone, Sophia here from My Great Challenge. Welcome back to my channel and something a little bit different than the usual material and content on my channel. You know I like to do reviews, but I'm really behind on all of my reviews. I would have until September if I was doing one a week. So I've decided to do a week of reviews. This is all I'm doing this week. I'm filming back to back, nothing but reviews. Every day this week there's going to be a review. Tuesday there'll be 2 videos because I still have my gardening video, so that way I can put the reviews behind me, and some of them are great products. So what am I going to review this week? Makeup. You guys haven't seen me put makeup in quite some time. I have a makeup video. I have a bird feeder that has a camera. I have a new Parson Ver watch with a giveaway. I have a tiny handheld vacuum and an entire Shein haul, clothes and some jewelry. So far you've seen makeup and a watch. Let's move on with a vacuum. Hey guys, talk about a challenge. I just filmed an entire video about the PrettyCare H1 vacuum, handheld vacuum with no sound, none whatsoever. So I have to redo the intro and outro. And since I did an entire unboxing and demo and everything, I can't reshoot that. All right, so I'm gonna do voiceover for the rest, so I hope you don't mind. I'm just gonna redo the intro. So welcome back. This is day 3 of my week of reviews, in which I go over all the products that I was supposed to review and have been kind of behind because, you know, I'm busy schedule. Not that it really matters, but I'm behind on the reviews. So this one episode is about the PrettyCare H1 handheld vacuum, and this is the type of vacuum that you've seen them, the little handheld one. A lot of people use them in the car, and this is my intention. Or you use them in your kitchen to get crumbs. You can use them at the office, on your desk, whenever you want to do a quick pickup. It doesn't have to be anything thorough. So they are quite practical. I know some people use them in their RVs. Some people use them when they camp. You can use them at the school, in the classroom, you name it. So if you do a lot of crafts, for instance, scrapbooking, you name it, these are really good. So this is actually the first time that I get to review a handheld vacuum. I am not familiar with any other model and brand when it comes to handheld vacuum, so I really cannot compare it with anything else, but I do like it. I've used it in the kitchen and in the car, and I'm going to show you that with voiceover. Before I start, the one thing you're going to want to know is, does it make noise? Because obviously if I don't have any sound, you're not going to be able to know about the sound volume of the vacuum. So there's 2 settings. There's a regular one and a turbo. Okay, so I'm going to turn it on. And that was the regular setting and the turbo. So you got to hear the sound that it makes. I know this is ridiculous, but I can't refilm it. So let's dive into it, and it's gonna be voiceover until I come back. So here I am ready to unbox the PrettyCare H1 cordless vacuum cleaner. It's actually pretty straightforward. It's just a vacuum cleaner with a bunch of attachments. The very first thing I unwrapped was the base. That's the charging base, and I can tell you the really cool thing about it is that it is on suction cups. So if you have a counter like mine, whether it's stone or quartz or even corian, you can just put it on the counter and it won't bulge. So anytime you bring your vacuum and place it back into the base, it won't fall. The first attachment is the crevice one. This pretty cool. Then I wrapped the cord, and I think the cord is 3.5 feet long. It's very straightforward. You just plug it right here at the back of the base, and again, suction cups. This one I believe is the upholstery attachment, so when you try to clean your car, that's perfect. This is the dusting brush. It's actually very soft and works very well. They give you one extra filter, and you'll see that there's another one inside the vacuum itself. So here it is. I'm very surprised actually it's a straight one instead of having some kind of a curve. You plug it in right there, you insert it into the base, and it will stay upright and won't move. These are the on-off button and the two functions for regular and turbo. And the container is right here. You just twist it. To empty it, you open this little latch right here. Now we're gonna look at the filter. It just pops out, and you can see right here on the inside is the second filter, so they do give you a replacement. There's a battery display on the front, and when I pulled it out of the box, it was already at 60%. So the first thing I'm going to try is underneath my stove. You know, that's a problematic area, and actually it's not as bad as it used to be, because you can see that I have been a little bit more diligent with cleaning it. So I'm just gonna go ahead and try to get everything I can grab underneath. I can see that it already got all the kibbles. It's doing a pretty good job so far. And you can see that everything is in the compartment. Then I went into the drawer, because there's always cornmeal and all sorts of crumbs. So I did the whole drawer, and you know, it did what it's supposed to do. Once I removed all of the crumbs with the vacuum, I just give it a quick wipe, and I was actually surprised, because when I looked at the rag, there was barely any crumbs left. So it had grabbed everything. So here we go. This is everything that I picked up underneath the stove. So that's just the stove and inside the drawer. So this is the stuff that got stuck to the filter, and yeah, it's pretty bad. It didn't look that bad, but it did pick up quite a lot. So we have the regular kibbles from the dogs, all manner of burnt food from the stove, and then the rest is just dog hair. Oh, here we are in my car. So now it looks pretty okay, right? The car is really bad. I think it needs an exorcism at this point. So it's very dusty, and there's crumbs everywhere. Now what I do is that I do wash the rugs, the big rubber one. I do wash them with the hose once in a while, but underneath it, I mean, it's really bad. So we're gonna see how much this little vacuum can pick up. Yeah. So here I have all manner of crumbs, dust, particles, dead stuff. I am trying to make an effort. I have a little garbage can that I keep there to put like wrappers, paper towels. I have a lot of crumbs inside the seams of the cushion, so let's see what it can do. Now the problem here is that because I drink my coffee and water inside my car, there's always going to be dirt that gets glued on. So that one, obviously it's got to be wiped off. So what I'm trying to do here is just get anything that is loose out of the cup holders, and then I'm going to switch from the crevice tool, and I'm going to try the brush to see if I can lift some of that stuff, of the tiny edges. So here we go. I'm trying the brush, and what the brush does, really, it's a dusting brush, but it helps removing and dislodging some of the stuff that's inside the cracks. And again, the car needs to be washed, okay? This is just me trying to see how much I can get out of there, and it did a fairly good job. If I was to wipe it off at this point, I probably would get most of everything out. I found it to be fairly easy to maneuver. Again, it's a straight stick, so I was a little concerned with that, but I got everything that was loose. Yeah, I think it did okay. I mean, again, the car really needs a good cleaning. I'm only doing the loose particles and the dust and whatnot. So here's everything that I was able to grab so far. Next, I'm going to go on the LCD screen, and you can see it is covered in dust. Now, don't worry about the prints. I know it's not going to be removed, but I'm going to try the vacuum with just that little brush attachment and see how much of the dust I can remove. And again, it's doing pretty good. It still needs to be wiped, but there's no more dust on the screen. So this area here was the challenge because you can tell it really needs a serious vacuum. What I need is a shop vac, but I tried it. I wanted to see how much of the loose stuff I could get, and it did pretty good. And this is me using the attachment that's the upholstery attachment, and then I went into the folds and the seam with the little crevice, and I had to spread them open because you can see that it's fairly deep in there, but I was able to get everything. So I'm back in the kitchen and I'm going to empty the canister and see how much stuff I got out of the car. And I only did those few things. I didn't do anything else. I got a lot of debris, a lot of little gravel, definitely pet hair, even though they rarely are in the car. But I guess we track them, and different stuff. Okay, I'm back. Was that ridiculous or what? It's really nothing that I could have prevented. There is a problem with my eyes, is that I need to wear reading glasses, and I can't really see from where I'm at right now anything on the screen except a big blue blob, and that would be me in the middle. So let me go through the pros and the cons. Okay, when I opened the box, one of my concern was the way the handle is, because I've seen the majority of those vacuum are kind of like curved a little bit, like they a little bit more ergonomic. So I was wondering, well, is this going to be that easy to maneuver? And it wasn't bad at all. I could, you know, easily maneuver it because it's not that long. In particular, once you remove the little not diffuser, the little crevice tool, and you just use it like this as a regular vacuum. By the way, I used it on Edward's desk. It's perfect for the office. So if you have one of those and you leave it at the office, like on Friday before 5 o'clock, before you leave the office, you just clean around. I know that my office has a lot of dust. It's a shared office with technically 5 of us in there for at the moment. And we do have a cleaning service, but they don't do your desks or your plants. And I brought a Monstera plant, the one I had in the kitchen, a couple of months ago, and I was taking care of it on Monday this week, and noticed that it had quite a lot of dust on the leaves, so I ended up having to clean that. So something like this at the office, not a bad idea. So the cons first. I'm a little surprised at the capacity of the tank. It's really not a lot. It's just about that much. But I realized that because the battery doesn't last as long as I thought it would. The battery only lasts for about 30 minutes if you use it on the turbo, which is what I use for most of it. So considering that it's really just a quick pickup, you're not going to be using it for a long period of time. As soon as you're done, you pretty much put it back on your charger and you're good to go. So it doesn't really need to have a large capacity container for the dust and stuff. The one thing I wasn't a fan of, because again, I'm doing pros and cons, okay, this is a real review. This part right here that basically filters everything, and then the filter is behind it in here. right? The little replacement filter. This part gets clogged up really fast with dirt, dust, pet hair. You know, that's a problem in my house. So you do have to scrape it off. And to the best I can remember, there was not a cleaning tool including in the box. So that was one of the things that I thought was like, eh. In all fairness, I was doing really difficult jobs with it because I wanted to really put it to the test. Another con, and this is where they could have included a tool, is that I have a kibble from the dog that got stuck in there. So I have to go and get a knife to pull it out. So this particular crevice tool, we're gonna call it, gets stuff stuck in it quite a lot. There's been times where I had to just like pull them out. This one I wasn't able to get it. So again, they don't give you a tool for that, but you all have something at home that you can use for that purpose. And that would be it for the cons. Now for the pros. It's not that loud. It actually charges pretty fast. It charges fully under an hour. So that was pretty cool. It doesn't take a lot of room. It's pretty sleek looking actually. It looks like a, looks like a lightsaber or a baseball bat. It's surprisingly powerful for the size. You saw how much I was able to get out of it. And again, my car, you saw it, right? I said it. I think it needs an exorcism at this point because I haven't been taking it to the car wash in a while. And what I need to do is go at it with the shop vac, or have the guys do it with the shop vac and really get all the dirt out. Then I can use something like this for just regular maintenance. But otherwise, despite the fact that the car is filthy, it still picked up quite a lot of stuff, and you saw that on the rug, it didn't do too bad. On the side where all the hair is kind of like almost glued or velcroed into the carpeting, it didn't lift any of those. So there is a brush, you saw it, that comes with it. The brush is very soft, so it's definitely for dusting. I wish there was another type of brush, an additional one that's a little bit more hard bristles to lift the dirt as you vacuum. But this is not the application for this particular type of vacuum. I understand that. So, but other than that, I thought it did a fairly good job. I'm not wowed by it. I just, again, can't compare it to any other one. It does what it's supposed to do. It can be a lazy butler, is that how you call it? When you want to remove the crumbs on the table, or after cooking, and you know, we do a lot of baking and bread making in my house, so there's always crust everywhere, there's always flour on the counter or on the stove. That's ideal for that kind of mess. Anything other than that, that's not the job for it. But that being said, I think it's pretty okay. I'll give it a B+. I'm not like super thrilled with it, but it's okay. I'm gonna keep using it. You're probably gonna see it as a permanent fixture in my kitchen, you know, when I put it on the charger, because again, I plan on keeping it in the car. I wish I had the ability of charging it via the USB in the car, so that way I could just keep it in there. This is just a regular AC power cord, but that's okay. So when it starts to have a low battery, and the battery shows right here, and right now I'm at 5%. So it does give you the percentage of the battery. So when it gets to like the 20s, I'll take it out of the car, put it on its charger, and the following day I'm ready to go and keep it in the car. So thank you, PrettyCare, for sending this to me for a review. I think it's pretty good. I can't compare it to anything else. It's got a good suction. It just didn't wow me. Okay, that's it. It just didn't wow me. But the design and the concept, I give you an A+ for that, because I think it's pretty cool. So I was supposed to do a giveaway on one of those, and actually it didn't pan out, so I apologize for that. I know some of you may be disappointed, but I'll put all the links down below in the description box, and then if I have a discount code to go with it, I'll put it down below as well. And that would be it for the H1 vacuum by PrettyCare. It's okay, it does the job. It's not super powerful, and again, the battery to me could last a little bit longer, but what are you gonna do? This is not an actual vacuum, it's just a in-between vacuums. That's the reason why I really need to take my car to the car wash and have these guys thoroughly, professionally vacuum the whole car, so that way once a week or twice a week I can go and pick up whatever is still at the surface and not embedded in the carpet. So I think, yeah, for that it will work. And that would be it. So thumbs up if you like this review, despite the technical difficulties and the challenge of me having to do an entire voiceover that I haven't started. It's gonna be difficult, but it is what it is. Subscribe right here in the corner and click the bell button so you don't miss another video and another review. I will see you tomorrow for video number 4 in my week of reviews. Thank you for watching. Bye!